In a plan to ensure its national security, the United Kingdom is planning to lift a cap on its nuclear warhead stockpile. Prime Minister Boris Johnson unveiled the UK's post-Brexit defence and foreign affairs strategy today. Johnson also announced in Parliament that Britain will pivot its foreign policy focus towards Asia. The Prime Minister, meanwhile, reaffirmed Britain's loyalty to NATO. The defence alliance says it's committed to nuclear disarmament.
On China, Britain will remain unswervingly committed to NATO and preserving peace and security in Europe. And from this secure basis, we will seek out friends and partners wherever they can be found, building a coalition for openness and innovation, and engaging more deeply in the Indo-Pacific.
All right, for more now, I'm joined by Oliver Meyer from the Institute for Peace Research and Security Policy here in Berlin. It's good to have you on the program. So what is going on here? Does the British Prime Minister, does he feel that the UK needs to increase its nuclear deterrence?
Yeah, obviously the United Kingdom is reassessing its nuclear policy. It has decided to change course. Just 6 years ago, the Strategic Defence Review had decided to cut nuclear warhead numbers. The United Kingdom wanted to go down to 180 nuclear weapons. Now it's becoming the first Western state to announce that it's increasing nuclear warheads and wants to have up to 260 nuclear weapons.
Does this change, this increase, does it violate any nuclear non-proliferation treaties or regulations?
Well, the United Kingdom has committed under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty to reduce the number and role of nuclear weapons, like other nuclear weapon states too. And it's clearly, at least in letter, violating that political commitment. There's also an obligation to work towards the goal of a nuclear weapons-free world. That is hard to reconcile with this decision. It's putting it at odds also with a commitment by NATO to work towards a world free of nuclear weapons. It's coming at a time when the new US administration under President Joe Biden is taking new steps to reduce nuclear weapons. Just extended the New START treaty with Russia. Russia wants the United Kingdom and France to become of the next treaty. The United States wants China to become a party. And now comes this announcement to increase reliance on nuclear weapons, to increase the number of nuclear weapons. So it clearly sits at odds with international commitments here.
And how do you think the NATO members, the allies of the UK, how are they going to react to this news?
Difficult to say. It will be a difficult discussion, I would imagine, in NATO. This comes at a time when NATO is embarking on discussions on a new strategic concept. Arms control will be part of that discussion, and NATO has also committed to not mirror Russian nuclear policies, and that is difficult to say. It has always pointed fingers at China and said, look, China is increasing its nuclear arsenal at similarly low numbers as the UK, but we are not. We are moving in a different direction, or at least keeping stable. That argument is going to be harder to make, so it's making it more difficult for Western states to argue that they are the good ones in this game, and it's really not quite clear what the military and strategic rationale is for increasing warhead numbers, because frankly, it doesn't make such a big difference whether you have 200 or 260 nuclear weapons.
That's true. When it comes to nuclear weapons, that's a very good point. Oliver Meyer from the Institute for Peace Research and Security Policy. Mr. Meyer, we appreciate your time and your insights tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome.